The word obsession encompasses the mindset of everyone at Mossy Oak. We obsess over hiding from, chasing, and conserving the critters we pursue. In this episode, we follow one of Mossy Oak's own, David Hawley, as we explore his number one obsession in the world, the wild turkey. This is The Obsessed.
So I was very fortunate that I grew up in a turkey hunting family. I'm a fourth generation turkey hunter, and there's some things that are just simply in your bloodline. So I started hunting, probably tagging along with Dad, to go listen and stuff when I was 5 or 6. But what really hooked me was I was 9 years old. We had a river bottom on our property, on our farm. And when that gobble rang out through that bottom, it was just something spiritual. I mean, it hooked me, it grabbed me just like that. And so I really immersed myself into the sport. I mean, like I wasn't reading cartoons, or magazines. It was all hunting. And growing up around the sport through the eyes of Mossy Oak, I really became ingrained in the culture. I mean, everything was about turkey hunting. I started calling, started competing, in calling. I was fortunate to go on the David Letterman show twice. But it's been just a huge part of my life. And I really couldn't imagine my life without turkey hunting and without the wild turkey. My greatest memories with my family have been turkey hunting. I've built friendships because of turkey hunting. It's kind of given me identity, but it's also given me a great perspective on the world and legacy and values and things like that have come through that.
David Hawley, come on out, Dave. Here we are. Here he is. Hi, David. Nice to see you. This is, Judd?
Yes, sir.
Judd and Kyle. You guys all know one another?
Yes, sir.
So you've been competing, you're all good friends.
Yes, sir.
And where are you from, Dave? You're
I'm from Livingston, Alabama.
Livingston, Alabama. We talked to a guy last night in Scottsboro, Alabama. Is
Yes.
that anywhere near you?
It's about 250 miles away.
250 miles away?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good for you. Nice to have you here. And your first time in New York, I'm guessing?
Yes, sir.
Fun, ain't it?
It's big.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is going to be the fly down cackle. Take it away, Dave.
I have evolved so much from just being one that, I've really gone through that life cycle of a gamekeeper. I just wanted to kill one early on, and then, I got to the point where I wanted to do it as much as I could, and now it's all about legacy for me. That mindset has really, I guess my appreciation for the wild turkey and not just the hunting side of things has really been heightened the last few years. In particular for me, and any dad out there will attest to this, the first time you see that ultrasound and you see that it's a boy, your mind races, 5 or 6 years down the road to taking him out the first time and trying to impart those lessons in him. I guess, on my deathbed, the one thing I want to know is that I was a good husband, a good father, the farm that we were given, that I was a good steward of it. I left it better than I found it. But that I instilled those things that were passed down from my father and grandfather and generations. Of course, all the other people I've been influenced by, Uncle Fox, Uncle Toxie. It's about the resource, it's the enjoyment, the appreciation we have for the wild turkey and all our other resources, and to make sure that they understand that conservation is critical to hunting. One of the coolest aspects to me about turkey hunting is the fact that you can call wild turkeys and mimic their calls. And to me, early on, that's something that really intrigued me. I pretty much, from the time I started turkey hunting, I became a turkey caller. If there was not the calling aspect to turkey hunting, it wouldn't be quite the same to me. That is the rush for me, is being able to have that conversation with a gobbler and to have that sort of strategy that goes into that. Get on this tree. There's some turkeys out there in the field. Hey Tom, there's some turkeys out there in the field. March 11, 2019, to my son Bud. In the spring of 1995, I accompanied your granddad into the bend on a cool, crisp morning. When the first gobble rang out through the hardwoods, my life was forever changed. Since that fateful morning, I've been blessed to experience the highs and lows that turkey hunting has to offer. I've been able to see new places and meet new people as a result. But over the past 25 years, I've learned that there's no place I would rather break daylight than right here on our farm, and no one I'd rather do it with than your granddad and Uncle Hunter. I hope by the time you've read this that you've already experienced the many joys and life lessons that chasing turkeys can bring. Spring turkey hunting on our farm should never ever be solely about the kill. I caught myself in that frame of mind once. Then I realized that turkey hunting was a bridge of sorts from the past, beginning with your namesake down to you, and through the future with your kids and grandkids. Never stop learning about the wild turkey, and never cease in your amazement and gratitude for this grand bird and the sport surrounding it. Always be mindful of creating a legacy and ensuring this sport and resource continue for many years to come, both on this farm and throughout the country. Best of luck this spring, and I love you very much, your dad. I'm David Hawley, and I am obsessed.